Good morning, vinyl community. It's Steve again. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, or sort of. Last night I saw the Soft Machine playing at the Wolverhampton at the Robin Two Bilston, supported by the Mother Earth Experience. If I sound a little bit rough, it's because I didn't get home too late. Fortunately, I've managed to sort myself a day off work, so I can just take it out and take it easy and chill out today. This video, like always, recent finds, charity shops, and local record stores. So I've got quite a few to show. So without further ado, first one up, it's the self-titled album by Joan Armatrading. It's the one that contained her big hit single "Love and Affection," and it was really the one I was looking for to complete my early 70s Joan Armatrading collection. So I'm pretty stoked to get that. So great album. Next up, I've mentioned this guy before. This is just I got this for we're going to chuck this out at the charity store. So I got this for pennies. The best of Jesper Cat, best of his comedy sketches from the 70s. So all neat, entirely put together in one package. Probably the highlights would be the Magic Roundabout, which got him banned from the BBC. Next up, debut album from Deacon Blue, Raintown. And on here, it got the track that really got me to notice some Dignity, which was their first hit single. I have to swear, I thought he sounded like Barry Manilow Ricky Ross when I first heard him, but obviously, if you got to listen to it, there was more into the music. It was good as debut albums goes. This was a good one. Raintown, When You Make My Telephone Ring, Chocolate Girl, standout tracks from the album. Duran Duran's debut album, released in 1981 on the EMI record label. They came out on the back of the New Romantic thing at the time, based in Birmingham. I have to admit, 30 odd years ago, I wouldn't have given them a second thought. It was the band for the girls, really. On hearing this, there's more to this album that meets the eye. Particularly, like you've got things like Tel Aviv, Night Boat, Anyone Out There. More to it than just the popular singles like Girls on Film and Planet Earth. So yeah, I'm glad. Time's allowed me to reappraise this. So much so that then I picked up this album, Rio, as well, the second album, and I think this just broke big time in the States, everywhere. And I think what came out of it, particularly if you watch the Rio video, was they brought glamour back to pop music. I think from the punk, there was a lacking of it, and they brought it back. Yes, they weren't unattractive, You see why the girls liked them. But yet again, if you listen hard enough, there's something to satisfy everybody. Hungry Like the Wolf, I always liked as a single. New Religion, The Chauffeur, really great track. So yeah, glad to say to reappraise. Time just make things a little bit easier. It makes you mellow, I think, is the phrase I'm looking for. Next up, this is a reissue, which I'm so glad I picked up. Bob Dylan's Blood on the Tracks. I think this came out. When did this reissue come out? Actually, I'm not too sure, to be honest. But it was reissued on 180 gram. Top main track, Tangled Up in Blue. Shelter from the Storm. If you see it, say hello. Absolute corking out. It's up there with Dylan's best, in my opinion. I haven't got much of that. I only got one of a Dylan album on vinyl, so this was equally pleasing to get hold of. I mean, what you can find, if you're lucky, you might get a bargain, but quite a lot of them are expensive. Excuse me, I've got a sniffle in my nose. With the recent passing of Leonard Cohen, one thinks, well, when Dylan goes, prices are just going to go way up the roof. Oh, he should have gone to accept his Nobel Prize. That's just my opinion. A couple of Paul McCartney's. Paul McCartney and Linda McCartney's Ram. Yeah, I've got that. Yep. What can I say? It's not a bad album, not his best album, but it's enjoyable as Uncle Albert. You know, tracks on there. Next album picked up was Pipes of Peace, Paul McCartney, and came out in 83, 84. The title track became a number one single in 1984. It's come on the back of Tug of War, so it's pretty much carried on through that. So yeah, I enjoyed the album. Not one of his best, but it was enjoyable all the same. Excuse me. Please, I got this. This is Police Synchronicity, their final studio album in 1983. It really was they went out with a bang. You know, you got Every Breath She Takes, Wrapped Around Your Finger, Synchronicity 2, King of Pain. You got other tracks like Mother. If you're going to go out on as a band, implode, go out with a great album. This was a great album. It sold bucket load, particularly in the States. I think it's just a combination of the three talents. And yes, it's always been to say that Sting wrote the songs, but I don't think he'd got there without the musicianship of Stuart Copeland and Andy Summers. I think the three worked well together. I'm not sure whether these songs would have worked as Sting solos. You know, I may be wrong. You may disagree. Next up, Pretenders Get Close. This came out in 1986. It came back with a bit of a bang. They got Don't Get Me Wrong, big breaks single out there. By this time, it was just Chrissie Hynde from the original lineup. Obviously, James Honeyman Scott and Pete Bond no longer with us. Joe Chambers, I think the drummer, he didn't play on this album. I think it probably was one of the biggest albums. This was. You got, Don't Get Me Wrong, Him to Her, My Baby. They were like the big singles from the album. It's a good album. I think, yeah, I enjoy. It's an album that took me back. In 1986, I was 21 years old, so 30 years old. This record. 12-hit single, Sisters of Mercy, Temple of Love, the extended version from 1983. I found this in the pound bins. Local record store's got a load of the 12-inch singles from the 80s. You know, just go for a pound. I just thought I'd have those. And I was well pleased. Well pleased to find this, because I've got the CD single when they did the re-release in 1992 of this, which had Ofra Haza and backing vocals. They re-recorded it for a compilation. So I'm well stoked to find this. Now this is a double record, Donna Summer's Greatest Hits on the Radio, Volumes 1 and 2. I found this in the pound bin, and maybe I should have checked the record when I was at the record store. I got it home thinking, a bit of a bargain here. Got home and I noticed that there was 2 records in there, but I only had sites 3 and 4, which got MacArthur Park, Hot Stuff, Bad Girls, Dim All the Lights, Sunset People, No More Tears on the radio. So I'm thinking, that's a bit disappointing. Let's see what the other record is. It turns out that somebody had put in Donna Summer's State of Independence 12-inch single. So I was actually more than happy find that in there because I did like that record. It's their show version of a John and Vangelis tune. And yeah, it's a great version. So, sometimes initial disappointments turn into silver linings. So, yeah, well pleased with that. Whizzing through, almost done now. Some compilations to finish off. This one is Action Replay. This is on the K-Tel label, a late 70s compilation. I know Elvis Vinyl guy likes these K-Tel compilations. On here we've got Rat Trap, Boomtown Rats, I Lost My Heart to Starship Trooper, Hot Gossip, Supernature Sharon, YMCA Village People. I don't know if that's breaking copyright there. Rasputin by Boney M. Radio by Elvis Costello. Stumbling In by Susie Quattro and Chris Norman, who I mentioned in Smokey in my last video, so I was happy with that. This one is on the Ronco label, and this is Boogie Nights, a bit of a, I suppose, cashing on the disco boom at that time again. This one came out in 1977. We've got here Know Me, Knowing You by ABBA, Lido Shuffle, Boz Scaggs, Ram Jams, Black Betty, Arms and Mary, Sutherland Brothers and Quiver, Boogie Nights, Heat Wave, Rob Templeton, Rest in Peace, Ain't Gonna Bump No More by Joe Tex, You'll Never Find Another Love Like Mine, Lou Rawls, Billy Paul's version of Let Him In. And I was sort of looking, sometimes you look at the sleeves, and Ronco was one of these companies like did all sorts of products. The one thing I noticed they were advertising was record vacuum. Yours for £5.99 of your hard-earned cash. God knows how much that would be worth today. Basically, you just put your records in, spin around, and a little vacuum would clean it. I wonder how much one of those, if they were floating around, would cost now. So, so it goes against the grain that nobody looked after their records in the 70s. And finally, another K-Tel compilation, Night Moves. Named after, I think, the Bob Seger track, but unfortunately Bob Seger's not in this. Came out in 1979. We've got Blondie's Dreaming, Buggles' Video Killed the Radio Star, Lost in Music, Sister Sledge is on there. What else? Ring My Bell, Anita Ward, that was a big #1 single. Bang Bang, B.A. Robertson. What else we got on here? The debut single by Madness the Prince, closest side too. So good assortment of tracks. Yeah, I like picking up collections, they're compilations, because A, they're cheap, and B, actually they're not normally in bad nick. And sometimes there are a particular artist who you only like the one song, and you don't really want to buy a whole album of theirs. So they're always useful to have. So that concludes the video for today. Enjoy your Thursday, or whenever you're watching this. I'll put another video up on the weekend. So whatever you do, make sure you have fun. Click the subscribe button if you wished. Leave some comments. But I'll leave you for the day. Take care. Keep spinning the music. Keep listening to the music. Oh, I'm still tired. And more importantly, keep smiling.